All right, today we're going to go over the process of exporting scores from an assessment in Master Connect to Engrade and how to kind of navigate through that process. Before we start, we're going to have both Engrade and Master Connect open up in the same window. So you see I have different tabs, one for Master Connect and one for Engrade, so that I can kind of toggle back and forth between these two. So we're going to start in Master Connect, and we're going to go to our tracker. So I'm going to go Mastery Tracker. And I'm going to click on my tracker, my Test for Engrade tracker. And then I'm going to go over and find the assessment. Sorry, mine's all the way at the end. Once I get here, I'm going to go in that gray box for the assessment, and underneath I'm going to go Assess. So you should see a screen that looks like this. And you'll see my assessment was already graded and everything, so that's already in. The first step that you want to do when you're in this spot is for some reason, the grade cam affects how we're able to export scores. So you want to make sure that your grade cam's up to date. To do that, just come up here and click Enable Camera and give it a second. And if you see yourself waving back, then you know your camera is up to date. If your camera is not up to date, we're going to go ahead and turn that on so you don't have to look at me anymore. If your camera is not up to date, it'll prompt you on the screen on how to do that. It'll have you download something. Go ahead and do that and open it and run it, and you'll have to restart your browser. And then you'll be good to go from there. So pause this video and do that if you need to. All right, so once we're in our assessment, we're going to go ahead and make note of what standards the assessment assesses. It doesn't matter how many standards there are. We can transfer them all over into Engrade kind of in one swoop, but we have to kind of go through it a little bit more individually. So we're looking at what standards we have, and we're going to click back over into Engrade and create an assessment that tags the standards that we have in Master Connect. So we're going to click New Assessment and tag the standards and stuff like that. But I already did this, so I'm just going to go to the one that I already created. Assignments, February math. Okay. And so once you do that and you save the assessment that you created, you should see a screen like this. And it'll have all those Euclid standards going across the top, and it'll have your students going across the side. And now we're going to be kind of working from here. So the first thing that you're going to do is hover over the first one, and that's so that we can see that 20A1 because that's what matches in Master Connect, so we kind of need that number. So we're looking at 20A1, so we're going to click over to Master Connect and find 20A1, which is right here. So we're going to hover over the gray box, and you'll notice right beneath it when I hover over that box, Export Scores is one of the options that come up. Go ahead and click on that. And then change this from scores to mastery. That will convert it to a 1 through 4 scale so that you don't have to do that math in your head. Once we have this, we're going to leave this open. Don't click the X in the export, just leave it open. And we're going to click back into Engrade. Confirm that this is 20A1, which is the one that I pulled from Master Connect. Put our cursor in the first student's place to enter their scores, the first student's box. And then we're going to press the FN key, which is in the very lower left-hand corner of your computer, and the F8 key at the same time. It's also the play button if you were like in iTunes. So we're going to click those two at the same time and give it a second, and then it's filling in my scores from Master Connect over. So we're going to do the process one more time so that you can see it. We've got our assessment open here on Engrade. We've got our assessment open on Master Connect. So we're going to start by hovering in Engrade so that we can see this is 20A2. We're going to come back to Master Connect, X this out because we don't need this anymore. Look for 20A2, hover over, get Export Scores, click here, click Mastery, come back to Engrade, click here, FN F8, and then our scores fill in again, okay? And then just rinse, repeat for the rest of the standards that are with that assessment. Once you're all done, you're just gonna go ahead and save your scores in Engrade, and then you have all of those scores for those standards kind of mapped over into Engrade. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to email me at msomerville@euclidschools.org. Thank you.